Welcome, wildlife adventurers. Today, we're setting off on a journey that's equal parts mystery, science, and wild discovery. Whether you're a seasoned explorer or just curious about the animal kingdom, you're in for a treat. Today, we're diving into the world of big cats, those majestic, powerful creatures that have fascinated humans for centuries. From the shadowy jungles to the rugged mountains, these animals rule their domains with stealth and grace. But what exactly is the difference between a panther and a cougar? At first glance, it might seem obvious, but the reality is far more intriguing than you might expect. Many people assume they're completely different species, but the truth is, the names often get tangled up. Sometimes, even experts debate which name fits which cat. It's like a wildlife puzzle with pieces scattered across continents and cultures, and today we're here to put those pieces together and solve the mystery once and for all. Think about it, these names pop up everywhere. From blockbuster movies to your favorite sports teams and even in superhero comics, panthers and cougars are everywhere in our imagination. But behind the pop culture fame, the real world of big cats is even more fascinating and, honestly, a bit confusing. There's a whole web of names, appearances, and habitats to untangle. The names people use for these cats often depend on where they live. Geography, language, and even local legends all play a part in what we call these animals. For example, a cat called a cougar in one region might be known as a mountain lion, puma, or even a panther somewhere else. It's the same animal, just with a different name tag. Let's clear up the confusion and shine a light on what makes each of these big cats unique. Picture yourself trekking through a dense, sun-dappled forest, the air thick with the scent of earth and leaves. Suddenly you hear a twig snap nearby. Your heart races as you wonder what could be lurking just out of sight. Is it a sleek black panther melting into the shadows, or a powerful tan cougar blending with the woodland? The answer isn't always as clear as you'd think. Learning to tell them apart helps us appreciate their differences and understand their roles in the wild. Each animal is a marvel of evolution, perfectly adapted to its environment. Each has its own story, its own challenges, and a special place in the ecosystem. Their survival is closely tied to the health of the forests, mountains, and jungles they call home. By learning about these incredible creatures, we also learn about the delicate balance of nature and the importance of protecting wild places. So, stick with me as we become wildlife detectives, following tracks, gathering clues, and piecing together the story of these mysterious cats. We'll examine their coats, sleek black or tawny gold, compare their sizes, and map out where they roam. We'll look at the evidence and learn to spot the subtle differences. We'll listen to their calls echoing through the wild, watch how they hunt, and discover the secrets of their survival strategies. This isn't just a lesson about two animals, it's an adventure into the heart of the wild, where every discovery brings us closer to understanding nature's wonders. We'll separate fact from fiction, bust some myths, and reveal the true stories behind these legendary predators. By the end of our journey, you'll be a big cat expert, ready to share your newfound knowledge with friends and family. So grab your explorer's hat, let's get going and unlock the secrets of the panther and the cougar. Let's break down the names and clear up some of the confusion that surrounds these majestic cats. When you hear the words panther and cougar, you might picture the same animal, or maybe two completely different creatures. But what do these names really mean, and why do they get mixed up so often? The term panther is actually a catch-all, a kind of nickname that doesn't refer to just one species. Instead, it's a label that's been used for centuries to describe several different big cats, depending on where you are in the world and who you're talking to. Scientifically, panther comes from the genus Panthera, which includes some of the most iconic big cats on the planet: lions, tigers, leopards, and jaguars. These are the true heavyweights of the cat family, each with their own unique traits and habitats. So when someone says panther, they could be talking about any of these big cats depending on the context. It's a broad term, and that's where a lot of the confusion starts. Most often though, when people mention a panther, they're picturing a black panther, a mysterious, shadowy cat moving silently through the jungle. But here's the twist. A black panther isn't a separate species at all. In reality, a black panther is simply a leopard or a jaguar with a special genetic trait called melanism. This trait causes their fur to appear almost entirely black, but if you look closely, you'll still see the classic spots or rosettes beneath the dark coat. Melanism is like nature's own camouflage, helping these cats blend into the shadows of dense forests. It's a rare and beautiful adaptation, and it's what gives the Black Panther its legendary, almost mythical status. So, depending on where you are, a black panther could be a melanistic leopard prowling the jungles of Asia or Africa, or a melanistic jaguar stalking the rainforests of Central and South America. Now let's talk about the cougar. Unlike panther, the name cougar refers to a single species, Puma concolor. This cat is native to the Americas and is known for its adaptability and wide range. The cougar is a master of disguise when it comes to names. It holds the record for the most names of any wild cat, over 40. You might hear it called a mountain lion, puma, catamount, or even painter, but they're all the same animal, just with different regional nicknames. And to make things even more interesting, in places like Florida, the local population of cougars is called the Florida Panther. So, sometimes even a cougar gets called a panther. In summary, panther is a broad, flexible term that can mean different things in different places, while cougar always refers to one specific species. The key takeaway? A black panther is a melanistic leopard or jaguar, not a separate species, while a cougar is its own unique animal with many names. And yes, sometimes a cougar is called a panther. It's a little confusing, but that's just part of the wild and wonderful world of big cats. Let's zoom in on the mysterious Black Panther, a creature that has inspired legends and awe for centuries. With its sleek, shadowy coat, it moves almost invisibly through the dense undergrowth, a true master of stealth. Despite its name, the Black Panther isn't a separate species. Instead, it's a term used for leopards or jaguars that have a rare genetic trait causing their fur to appear almost entirely black. If you look closely, you can still see the faint rosette markings beneath the dark coat. This dark coloration, known as melanism, is a powerful adaptation for hunting in the thick, shadowy jungles, where sunlight barely filters through the canopy. It allows these big cats to blend seamlessly into their surroundings, making them nearly invisible to both prey and potential threats. Black leopards are found in the dense forests of Asia and Africa, while black jaguars roam the rainforests of Central and South America. Each has evolved to thrive in its own unique environment, adapting to the challenges of its habitat. The genetics behind their dark coats are fascinating. For leopards, the melanism gene is recessive, making black leopards quite rare. In jaguars, however, the gene is dominant, so black jaguars are seen more frequently in the wild. As apex predators, these cats are at the top of the food chain. Their diet is incredibly varied, ranging from deer and wild pigs to monkeys and even birds. Their hunting skills are unmatched, relying on patience, strength, and the element of surprise. Black leopards are especially skilled climbers. They often drag their kills high into the trees, keeping them safe from scavengers and other predators. This behavior allows them to feed in peace high above the forest floor. Black jaguars, on the other hand, are famous for their incredible jaw strength. Their bite is so powerful, it can crush the shells of turtles and pierce the skulls of large prey, making them formidable hunters in their own right. Both black leopards and black jaguars are solitary and fiercely territorial. They roam vast areas alone, only coming together briefly during the mating season. Encounters between adults are rare and often tense. Mothers raise their cubs alone, fiercely protecting them from danger. As the cubs grow, she patiently teaches them the skills they'll need to survive, how to stalk, hunt, and navigate the dangers of the jungle, before they eventually set off on their own. This solitary lifestyle ensures that there's enough food and space for each magnificent cat, helping to maintain the delicate balance of life in the jungle's shadowy depths. Now let's head to the southeastern United States. Here lives the Florida Panther, a subspecies of cougar, not a black cat. It's the only cougar in the eastern US, and it's rare, often called the ghost cat. Florida Panthers have a tawny coat, blending into the forests and swamps. Cubs are born with spots for camouflage which fade as they grow. These panthers are smaller than their western cousins, with males up to 160 pounds. Some have a kinked tail, a result of their small, isolated population. The Florida Panther is critically endangered, once down to just 30 in the wild. Thanks to conservation, there are now over 100 adults, but their survival is still at risk. Let's talk about the cougar, or Puma concolor. It ranges from Canada's Yukon to South America's Andes, the widest range of any large mammal in the Western Hemisphere. That's why it has so many names. Cougars are masters of adaptation, thriving in mountains, forests, jungles, and deserts. Their tawny coat camouflages them almost anywhere. They mainly hunt deer but will eat anything from elk to rabbits. Cougars are stalk and ambush predators using stealth and speed for a fatal attack. Like Black Panthers, they're solitary and shy, avoiding humans. Mothers raise kittens for about 18 months before they set off alone. Time for a side-by-side comparison. Color is the most obvious difference. Black Panthers have dark coats. Cougars are tawny or grayish-tan with lighter bellies. Black Panthers are leopards or jaguars. Leopards are slender climbers. Jaguars are stocky and muscular. Cougars are long and lean, built for leaping. Black Panthers have ghostly spots visible in sunlight. Leopard spots are small and dense. Jaguars are larger with a dot in the middle. Cougars have no adult markings. Head shape differs. Cougars have smaller, rounded heads. Jaguars have blocky, powerful jaws. Big cats have round pupils, unlike the vertical slits of house cats. Let's map out where these cats live. Black Panthers, leopards, are in Asia and Africa's jungles and mountains. Black jaguars rule the rainforests of Central and South America, often near water. Cougars are found only in the Americas, from Canada to the tip of South America. They adapt to mountains, deserts, forests, and swamps. The Florida Panther is limited to southern Florida. If you see a black cat in Africa or Asia, it's a leopard. In the Americas, it's a jaguar. A large, tan cat in the Americas, that's a cougar. How do these big cats behave? Panthers and cougars are mostly active at dawn, dusk, and night. They rest during the day in hidden spots, caves, bushes, or tree branches. Cougars are incredible jumpers, leaping up to 18 feet high and 40 feet forward. Leopards are expert climbers, hauling prey up trees. Jaguars are strong swimmers. Panthers, leopards, and jaguars can roar, a deep sound used to communicate and claim territory. Cougars can't roar, instead they purr, hiss, growl, chirp, and famously scream. If you hear a roar in the jungle, it's a panther. A scream in the mountains, that's a cougar. Our adventure ends here. We've learned that panther is a wild card, sometimes a leopard, jaguar, or even a Florida panther. The cougar is one species with many names and habitats. We can tell them apart by color, build, and where they live. Their voices, roar, or scream, are unique. Understanding these differences is crucial for conservation. The Florida panther is critically endangered. Leopards and jaguars face threats too. By knowing what makes each cat special, we can help protect them. These predators are vital to their ecosystems, true guardians of the wild. Next time you hear panther or cougar, you'll know the real story. Be an ambassador for these amazing animals. Keep exploring.